So, content is king, correct? So I have a question. So, Harvey Weinstein case in one state was overturned. And it was overturned by the Supreme Court saying that there were witnesses brought in to testify, like on the prosecution behalf, that had nothing to do with the case. But the witnesses that were brought in were women who he had portrayed some of the same behavior that he had portrayed against the people who the allegations were that were in court had did the same thing. So doesn't that mean that these people who came in, or if we just call them evidence, would speak to his mentality and the shit that he does? Because if it was a criminal, and if it was me, and let's just say I was a drug dealer, and they caught me with blah blah blah, then they went and got a bunch of other people who may have witnessed or dealt with me selling drugs to them, but even though it had nothing to do with the case that I'm in right now, they would allow that evidence in. And now they saying that he's been put into the hospital. As far as I know, don't they have a place in jail where you can go when you're sick? The infirmary? So whether he may be sick to the point of him dying or whatever the fuck, how does he get this special treatment? Then last night it was the correspondence dinner, which politicians and celebrities get together for whatever the fuck. So my question is, what the fuck do politicians and celebrities have in common? And why are they getting together? So you think about when you go to vote. Who do politicians get to win your vote over, you stupid motherfuckers? Celebrities. So politicians and celebrities are snoozing together. That's how you get Epstein Island. That's how you get Diddy parties. You remember when Diddy was running around saying vote or die? You remember how all these politicians and celebrities was on Epstein Island, including the Obamas, Trump, Jay-Z, Beyonce? You don't think all this shit is coincide together? You don't think all these motherfuckers are working together? Because if our leaders, we are hanging out with the people that entertain us, that shit don't even go together at all. We got gangs in the fucking country who don't even hang with each other, even though they both gangs. Crips and Bloods don't hang out with each other, but they don't supposed to. Sometimes they do, if they figure this is a bunch of bullshit, the gang banging that is. But what the fuck? Our politicians and the whole thing with even Kevin Spacey, he never went to jail. So again, you gotta look at all this shit for what it is. And you gonna run out there and vote, and we're not paying attention to a goddamn thing outside of tits and ass jokes and anything that's 15 seconds of lust to entertain, and they know that. But you want to vote and you think that your vote is really making a difference, and it's not at all. We got to do better than more than just, I don't give a fuck how old you are. We got to do better than what we do in this fucking country. Because what's going to happen is, like again, even if it's not in my lifetime, the people that's coming behind us, even not the generations that are coming behind my generation, behind the generations that's right behind me, are in for it. And all they doing is conditioning you to be used to it. That's all it is. And we just not paying attention to it at all. Then you got motherfuckers running around here on these dating apps. There's this young girl who met this guy on a date. This motherfucker looked crazy. First off, met this guy on this dating app. And they got together and he dismembered her body and spread it all across fucking Milwaukee, whatever the fuck it is. You think this is his first time doing some shit like that? You think this is his first time killing somebody? Your first kill ain't dismembering shit. So we at the point with the internet and social media that we don't even interact with each other face to face. I was talking to somebody the other day at the gym, this young girl, and she was just telling me something about what a gentleman did, and he brought her something or whatever, just to show that he liked her or whatever. They had conversation before, but I said this shit before. People, the women think today somebody being nice to them is creepy. That's fucking insanity. Somebody bring you now. If it's somebody that you don't know, you ain't never had any interaction with, and they doing some stuff over sexually, like sending flowers to your job, showing up and this and that. Yeah, that's creepy, as you call it. But if somebody that you have talked to, seem to have a good rapport with, this person may be kind of shy or whatever, and they, I don't know, send flowers to your job, just saying hi, or if y'all work in the same facility or attend some same facility, just like say the gym or something or whatever, and he sees you or she sees you, we're gonna just say he. Well, we're just gonna refer to women because more women get hit on than men, and they just do nice gestures or whatever, and it's not overboard. How is that creepy? What would you prefer? Because you can meet somebody on the internet on these dating apps, and these people can tell you anything, say anything, and then you'll go meet with these people. And they may even play it off for a good month or so. But you've been fed a bit of lies. You haven't interacted with this person face to face. Most of your conversations been through text message or emails and shit like that. You really can't get a tone of what a motherfucker is really saying to you, or how he or she is really feeling. Because even when you're on a phone call, you can tell in the person's voice or tone on the meaning of their words and what they're saying. Text messaging and emails, motherfucking put emojis and this and that. It's just insane that motherfuckers talking about, I don't like talking on the phone. What kind of fucking insanity is that? You want to spend hours and hours through text messages to try to figure out some shit out? We can get on the phone and get this shit done within 15 to 20 minutes. And all our interaction is either FaceTime and all this other stupid ass shit. We are being driven farther and farther away of having human connection. And at some point, the whole world is going to be socially awkward. We are already halfway there as it is. Everything is done on the fucking phones. And not that technology isn't a good thing, but it's doing more bad than it is good. Stop being afraid to interact with people, to say hi to people, to even sit down and have conversations. And instead of just all these fucking text messaging and all this other shit that would get you in situations where you end up in dire straits and you ain't got nobody there to help you. Like again, that ain't the first person that dude, and I guarantee you it's not. And you all would rather go on these apps and all this other stuff, and you're just literally getting away from what human beings were put on this earth to do, interact with one another. And you just been led down a dark alley into some bad times, and with the people that control and run the world, they're gonna have you right where they want you. There's no reason for politicians and fucking entertainers to be getting together for what? So they celebrate. What are they celebrating? But again, I gotta tell people, all movies and shit like that, those scripts and the movies, that shit comes from something. Majority of that shit that you see in movies, whether it's in comedy or whatever, has some sort of truth to it. We gotta do better. We gotta pay more attention to what's going on in the world. This video is about 10 minutes long, and people won't even get through half this motherfucker. They probably won't even get through the first 2 or 3 minutes of it. But I was over here with my shirt off, banging my head against the wall, jerking off on this motherfucker, some shit for a motherfucker to go viral on, or being over here being overly misogynistic or some shit, you'll watch this motherfucker all the way to the end. You stupid motherfuckers.